What's up, hockey fans? 2020 Stanley Cup Finals are set. Dallas Stars, Tampa Bay Lightning. Anthony Cirelli, double overtime the other night, put the dagger into the Islanders. And this coming from me, I have to say, shout out to all, to the Islanders for making it, a series. Also, shout out to Vegas, giving it their all and doing Vegas things that they've done all year. That was a great series between them and Dallas. So, I could say, with the finals upon us and some good hockey to come, I'm sure. I'm going to miss these early playoff games. The 6 back-to-back games, waking up at 11 o'clock and a game being at noon. It was a lot of fun. So it's a little bittersweet, but, we're going to have the draft. We got free agency coming up. That'll be exciting in its own right. Super pumped for that. We'll have that covered for you, me and Jeff, right here on What the Puck, brought to you by Game On, a sports podcast for everyone. Please don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Ring the bell, because we're going to have a ton of content coming straight to you between me and Jeff, putting out stuff for free agency, everything like that. So we're going to be coming at you at a furious pace. And we want you to get your hockey stuff here because that's what we do. So let's get into this matchup, man. Dude, I feel like this is going to be a great finals. Only because of these two goaltenders, in my opinion.
So one last Islanders joke before they really sink to the bottom of the harbor in New York. But it seems like you got the sniffles, Donnie. Do you really miss the Islanders that much? I mean, like, every time you're talking about the Islanders, it was like...
Yeah, no, it's just excuse the allergies, man. I don't know what's going on. The allergies are killing me, but that's all right. That's all right. Yeah, no, there's no tears shed for that. I mean, like I said, they played a hell of a series, and you got to give them credit. It's exciting for me being a Ranger fan to have those guys good. Why? Because it makes those games even better. So, yeah, excuse the allergies, guys. Deal with it. It's not because I miss the Islanders. But let's get into this matchup.
So I actually, just like the other day's video, I wake up early. I get my day started at like dark 30 in the morning. So this morning I woke up. I broke down all the lines, or supposed lines that we might have. Good news, we might see Stamkos. It's still up in the air. And the even funnier part is both lineups are going to be interesting. I mean, it's going to be veterans versus former New York Rangers. If you think about it.
Rangers South. That's exactly it. Ryan McDonough putting the dagger in the Islanders was really, really bittersweet for me.
Yeah.
I liked it.
So to break down the lines, I did the last 10 games, the points. So for Dallas, line 1 scored 18 points, line 2 16, line 3, 11, line 4, 4. The defensive pairings, D1 and D2, scored 10 points, as the defensive pairing number 3 scored 2 points. Power play 1 and power play 2 combined to about 28 goals. Now, here's where I don't see Dallas having any chance unless they can pick their defense up. Because Tampa Bay's line 1, 41 points in the last 10 games.
Dude, when you have Braden Point on that line with Kucherov, dude, forget it. And I mean, talking about Dallas, you look how those lines are made up. So you're looking at the first line, Jamie Benn, Tyler Seguin, and Alexander Radulov. Those three, hands down, that's their best line.
It is.
But then you go down to, then you start getting to the rookies where you have like Joel Kiviranta, Rupe Hintz, Corey Perry, who's that veteran who helps those guys out. And that's the third line. Corey Perry, the third line with tons of playoff experience. And he's helping Kiviranta, who's just been killing it lately. And, let's not forget, Mateusz Janmark, Denis Gurianov. Then you have their defense, Klimberg, Lindell, Miro Heiskanen. That kid's been insane lately.
And he's a rookie.
Dude, I can't wait to get a full season out of him to see what he can do with the Stars. Like, I really feel like Dallas is going to be like the Washington Capitals for the next, I would say 3 to 4 years. I don't want to put them ahead because I feel like they've gotten good by accident, kind of, where they've got solid picks. They got solid guys in the minors, in Texas, and it's going to be tough to beat them. I mean, I said this every episode. I had them pegged for the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm quite happy with my choice at this point. Now, running into a bit of a buzzsaw in Tampa.
Like I said, that was just line 1 scoring. I didn't even get to line 2, line 3, or line 4, or their defense. That's just their forwards.
Dude, yeah, they're solid, and to get Stamkos back now.
It's a possibility. It's no guarantee yet. It's still up in the air.
Who do you move though? At this point,
I don't know, and looking at their line. If I was what's his name? The coach for Tampa. Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper. I mean, who do you move? Paquette.
I'd move Luke Shen.
Shen?
Yeah, because let's look at the fourth line for a second, where you have a guy like Patty Maroon, Cedric Paquette, and Luke Shen, who, the best guy on that line is Maroon, and they're not contributing that much. I mean, in a Stanley Cup Finals, yeah, you need the grit, so you keep Pat Maroon in, but Luke Shen, I mean, Stamkos, Luke Shen. Obviously, that's an obvious choice in my opinion if he comes back healthy. But yeah, looking at these lines, I mean, that Palat, Point, Kucherov line, that could be the best line in hockey. That's just filthy. That's insane. And then it doesn't get any better in the next 3. I mean, Killorn, Cirelli, Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson has been one of those guys that, plateaus and then comes up and plateaus again. But he's a serviceable guy. He's almost like your Ryan Callahan. He is a Ryan Callahan. He doesn't have the leadership quality, but he's got the grit. He'll get in front of the net. He'll mix it up. He'll score dirty goals. That's what he does. Third line.
3 lines. The next 3 lines are combined. Roughly about 36 or 37 goals for all 3 those lines behind their top scoring line.
It's filthy. It's disgusting the amount of riches they have on that team, and it's a shame that they wasted in a state like Florida. But good for them. Hockey Bay, you got to give it to them, man. And it's going to be a lot of fun to watch this series. And you look at the defensemen, where that's the heartbeat of this team, in my opinion. You got Victor Hedman and Shattenkirk. God,
Cernak, and then McDonough and Bogosian. I mean, you can't go wrong with any one of those pairings. I mean, it's just.
You have Ryan McDonough, who is the captain of the New York Rangers, on your 3rd defensive pairing.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, and then Zach Bogosian, Mr. Upstate New York, couldn't put it together at Buffalo. They're looking pretty stupid at this point now, because this guy is 4 games away from winning a Stanley Cup.
I tell you what, I know I talk about a lot about strip clubs on here, or gentlemen's clubs. My apologies, gentlemen's clubs. The forwards is kind of like walking into the gentlemen's club. The defense is almost like, hey, you want to come up to the champagne room? Oh,
for sure. And then you can't sleep on the goaltender, man. Yeah, he is by far just I don't know. Vasilevsky, this is going to be a solid goaltending matchup, in my opinion. You look at Vasilevsky, and then you look at Khudobin. They're the 2 best goalies in the playoffs so far this year. I mean, Leonard fell off with Vegas, obviously. Dallas beat him up. Whatever. Leonard was great. Can't take anything away from him. But these 2 goaltenders, obviously.
The games really weren't that high scoring against each other.
No.
If you look at it, I mean, it was a battle. It was better of a battle than it was in the last couple. I mean, if New York didn't show up the last 2 games prior to getting eliminated, I don't think it would have been a series. But Vegas and Dallas, it was a series. It was a battle every single game, which made it more interesting. Although they did play sloppy, it was kind of slow, and a lot of the goals were really they weren't impressive like they were in the first couple rounds. But that's where the Islanders and Tampa series was more exciting because there was more goals. And I think it was Gord that scored the one goal to tie it right back up. And he just made Varlamov look like a sick puppy that couldn't find his way home.
I mean,
Gypsy doodling.
It was a hell of a series. I mean, the Islanders taking it to, in Game 6 to 2 overtimes. I for sure thought they had a shot, but I mean, another unsung hero for Tampa, Anthony Cirelli, fellow Italian. Gotta love it. I mean, you look at this team top to bottom in Tampa, and we'll go team for team right now, top to bottom. On paper, Tampa Bay wins this series, but Dallas has been in a series like that in every series they've played.
So pretty much, I mean, I did Dallas versus the Eastern Conference. They had 15 wins versus 14 losses. They played one more game than the actual, overall. They played, they played 69 games, and I believe Tampa played 70, so they're really close.
Yeah.
And then Tampa's record versus the Western Conference was 14-12. So, I mean,
pretty even.
Yeah.
Pretty even. And I mean, if you look at how Dallas has done, every playoff series, it's almost like they've been the underdog in every series.
Yep.
That no one picked them to beat Colorado. No one picked them to beat Vegas. And they just came in, and I'm not going to say steamrolled, although the first 2 games against Colorado they did.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the series haven't been that close. Yeah, the games have been to where, it's been 3-2, 2-1 or something like that. But
on paper,
the series have been, but then on paper, when you look at the teams, Dallas shouldn't be winning these series.
No.
Dallas shouldn't be where they are. But you know what? I've been saying this from the beginning. It's that this is the formula you need to be a playoff team. You need grit. You need that mix of veteran leadership.
Yep.
Decent amount of rookies and role players and a solid goaltender. And Khudobin steps up in big games. That guy is a beast. He is a beast, and it's fun to watch.
The best part about Khudobin is he never expected to play. They were relying so much on Bishop that when Bishop shit the bed, Khudobin came in, and I mean, he was pulling circus tricks left and right. He was making saves shouldn't even be made. He pulled those guys so far out from where they were that they need to do something for this guy, because if they don't, he's got to get the MVP. I mean, I know the cup hasn't been won yet, but this goalie, I guarantee you, is going to be considered for the MVP.
No, I agree.
And I mean, I even broke down both Vasilevsky, because Vasilevsky is no joke either. He's been playing every single game since this started, even in the warm-ups. And between Dobby and Vaz, current stats right now for Dobby is 11-4-0 with a 9.21 save percentage. His 2019-2020 stats versus Eastern Conference was 6 wins, 5 losses, and about a 9.17 or 0.917 save percentage. And that was just versus the Eastern Conference. Whereas Vaz right now, he's at 14, or my apologies, 14-5-0.
Wow, both lights out.
Exactly.
Lights out. And, and I will say one thing. Dallas is 2-0 against Tampa this year.
Yeah.
They have played 2 games.
But that was regular season, so.
I know those numbers could mean absolute shit. It doesn't really matter. But when you're looking at numbers and you see that is a glaring piece, 2-0. Now, it means nothing. This is the playoffs. They're going to go all out. The lineups are different. Everything is different.
Exactly.
And who knows, maybe Bishop played one of those games. I didn't dig that deep into it because it doesn't really matter. But
having Bishop as their backup right now, it's Odenberg or Ottenberg or.
And that's a shame too, because I feel like he would have loved to play in this series at least one game to just kick it to his old team. But I mean,
I think he's kicking his piles of shit right now.
Yeah, seriously.
No offense, Bishop, but
No,
for
hey.
those couple of games.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? But I'm very excited for this series. I will be watching every single game, every single minute. I'm sure my wife will hate me because it's two teams I don't really follow that often, but this is going to be solid hockey in my opinion. And to watch these two teams go at it, it's going to be mistakes that's going to win these games for either team. If Dallas makes a mistake, Tampa is going to take it, and vice versa. If Stamkos comes back, that could be the wild card, in my opinion, because you add a guy like Steven Stamkos, even if he's at 80, 90%, that's most of the NHL at 100%.
I think
Steven,
the biggest game changer, or Stamkos could be that game changer, but you know who the biggest game changer is?
who?
Is bringing Braden Point back. The 2 games he was out, they lost.
Braden Point is slowly but surely becoming one of my favorite players to watch in the league, and he's been under the radar for a while, but I think this playoff year there's no shot in my mind, and I really feel that if Tampa wins, he gets the Conn Smythe.
I can see that.
I 100% see that. And on the Dallas end, if Dallas wins, Kudobin. Yeah,
Yep.
there's no shot anyone else gets it. Maybe if Radulov has like a just outstanding Stanley Cup final, maybe. But the way he's been playing, if they don't give him the Conn Smythe on Dallas, if Dallas wins, there's no way. But those are my 2 picks for Conn Smythe, depending on who wins. It's going to be Braden Point and Kudobin on that end, on Dallas, for sure. Now, if we want to talk breaking this down into what, who we're predicting, me personally, I see Dallas in 7. I think this goes 7 games.
I see Tampa in 6.
Wow. And you know what? That could happen. Like I said, I picked Dallas to get to the finals. I'm going to stick to my guns and say they win the cup. However, Steven Stamkos comes back the way they're playing right now. Like I said earlier, that's that shot in the arm. That, in my opinion, that kicks that offense into just the moon.
Well, that
I don't know.
That could work both ways because you bring that much power and that much oomph into a lineup, which right now Tampa has a wheel. It's not broken.
No, it's not at all. It's stronger than ever.
So do you bring in kind of like that spare tire, even though he's a great player who hasn't played since, February, I believe? January, February timeframe since that lower body injury?
Yeah.
If I was Stamkos, and a true leader that he is,
You leave it alone.
I'd sit it out. That's a true leader right there.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Here's where your mind starts to fuck with you. Your team is in the Stanley Cup Finals. If you're healthy and you can play, if you're a hockey player, you're going to – I mean, it's that competitor mindset. Like, I'll break it down into my mindset. If I'm playing, I get hurt. My team's in the finals. Yeah, I see that they have – they're gelling, they're playing, they're meshing well. Everything's working for them. But God damn it, I want to play. Like, I'm the captain. I want to play. If I'm healthy and I'm capable, even if I'm 90 to 95% healthy, dude, I'm lacing up and I'm getting out there. This is the Stanley Cup Finals. You know what I mean? But, again, they had their shot against Chicago. They blew it that one year. This is redemption.
So just a small note on that one. My cousin was that was his first year with the Chicago Blackhawks as their video coach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so.
So he knows all the ins and outs of Tampa, this guy. He's watching video.
Oh, yeah. He knows all about him, so. But, yeah, that's another small insight. And then one of the assistant coaches for Tampa is from my neck of the woods, too, from I believe St. Lawrence University or Canton University area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's a lot of hockey guys from up where you're at.
Yep.
A lot of hockey guys. So, yeah, man, I mean, I'm picking Dallas in 7. I'm going to say it goes the full gamut. And they run it 7 games. Why not? This is going to be solid hockey. Jeff's got him in 6.
And
Yeah.
the odds to win the Cup by Money Puck is 52% Tampa, and then 47% Dallas.
Dude, that's close.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I would bet in this series at all. It's just one of those things where it can go either way. You can have Tampa Bay come out and put up a complete stinker, and Dallas blows it up, and you're like, oh, there it is. The series is over. Dallas has got it, and then Tampa just decides, you know what? My first line's going to score 7 goals today, and Yanni Gourde's going to chip one in too, and we're going to beat you 8-2, and that's the game. So it's like, that's where it could go. I don't see that happening, the Qdobin. Honestly, the way he's playing right now, I don't see any of these games being a blowout, but I've been wrong for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's what we got as far as this series. I'm super, super pumped for this. Please stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff coming at you. We got our free agency stuff coming. We'll be coming with you. You know, Jeff's got his Wednesday updates, his hump day updates where the series is going. We'll get you updated, you know, what's going on with the series. Please don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the bell. We're going to have content coming at you at a furious pace. Again, I'm Don. We got Jeff with me. What the Puck, brought to you by Game On, a sports podcast for everyone. Links in the description. Check it out. What's up?
Also, make sure you find us out there on Twitter, Instagram, and I just created a Facebook page. So make sure you guys find us on all social media. So from there, I'll let you close it out, Don.
Yeah, definitely social media. Game On everyone on Twitter, Game On Sports Podcast on Instagram. Jeff just created the Facebook page, What the Puck by Game On, a sports podcast for everyone. YouTube, you know where it is. Hit it again. Have a good one, guys. And don't forget to check us out next time.